Good evening, MacArthur parents. Welcome to our sixth grade elective meeting for incoming sixth graders. I'm joined here by my team. Let me introduce them. First of all, I'm Ray Gonzalez, the principal here at MacArthur. I'm joined by my two assistant principals, Christina Kang and Mr. Bayuk. My two school counselors, Miss Christine Silva and Miss Lori Tristan. And our family and community engagement liaison, also known as our FACE liaison, Mr. Johan Arana. So just a few things before we get started. Number one, the purpose of today's meeting is to discuss the elective selection process for our incoming sixth graders. I know you have a lot of questions about what middle school or intermediate school will look like next year. Probably a lot of questions about uniforms and schedules and is it going to be hybrid and all those wonderful things. But I really want to focus today's meeting on just the elective selection process. This is kind of step one in welcoming your student to MacArthur. We will have opportunities later on in the year to meet again and talk about all the other logistics of transitioning to middle school, like uniforms, schedules, what the district is planning for next year. So if you could hold off on those questions until our future meetings, we will have like a incoming sixth grader parent meeting where we'll go over a lot of things of MacArthur. This one is strictly for electives. We have a limited time together, like about 30 minutes. We will be able to answer questions about electives and choices and scheduling, things like that. But unfortunately, we won't have time to answer any of those other questions at the moment. So please keep that in mind. We'll try our best to answer the questions. You can ask questions in one of two ways. You can either, actually I take that back. There's only one way to ask a question, and that is by typing it into the chat. I forgot we're not live on Zoom, or else so you could ask the question, or you could text the Tiger line as well. So, we'll have breaks in between where we can answer questions, and then Mr. Arana will also provide translation between slides. So I think I've said enough. I'll let him go ahead and translate.
Bienvenidas familias que van a venir aquí a la escuela MacArthur. Muchas gracias por acompañarnos el día de hoy en nuestra reunión para padres y estudiantes de sexto grado entrantes, donde vamos a hablar sobre las clases electivas que ellos van a poder tomar aquí en la escuela. Con nosotros se encuentra el director, el señor González, los asistentes directores, la señora Kang y el señor Bayuk, y también tenemos a las consejeras escolares, señora Silva y la señora Miss Tristan. Entonces, y yo soy el enlace de familia y comunidad aquí en la escuela, señora Arana, y estamos aquí todos para servirles y apoyarlos en lo que necesiten. Nada más recuerden que esta reunión va a estar enfocada solamente en las clases electivas. Sabemos que tienen muchas preguntas de cómo va a ser el año siguiente, cómo va a ser el uniforme, cuándo es el primer día de clases y todo eso, pero para esa vamos a tener otra reunión diferente. Como en un mes o cerca de mayo, donde vamos a hablar con todos ustedes sobre todo lo que viene, lo que está por venir aquí en la escuela. Entonces, si quiere hacer preguntas, lo puede poner en el chat, en el YouTube, o también puede mandar un texto al número que aparece en pantalla y con gusto se la contestaremos.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our two counselors. They are the experts in scheduling students. So they're going to take it away from here. You could continue to add your comments or questions to the chat, and we will try to answer them as we see them.
Welcome, families. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Ms. Silva, counselor for students with the last name A through L, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what elective offerings are available for our sixth graders. We do have other electives for your 7th and 8th grade students, more choices, but these are the choices that are available to 6th grade. So let's go ahead and get started. The first choice is a really good one. It's our AVID program. If you do select this choice, there is a follow-up activity that you need to do with your child, which is fill out an application, and then Mrs. Mansky, our AVID coordinator, will be in contact with you to do an interview. The purpose of that is just to make sure that both you and your student are committed to the program. And this program is for college preparatory skills. So your students will learn good study habits, how to take Cornell notes. They'll learn about different universities and requirements for those universities, how to research universities. There'll be tutorials for them and a lot of other activities. So this is a great program just to support students who are wanting just that extra help in getting college ready, college and career ready. Our next option is exploratory. This works out to be 2 classes within the year, one for first semester and another for second semester. And it can include a variety of classes. So it could look like an art class for one semester or a study skills class, or it could be a technology class or something else that we come up with. This year we did like a money management class as one of the parts of the wheels. So it's a great way to just experience different things. And then if your student finds something that they really like in that, then in 7th or 8th grade, they can take a deeper dive into that elective for a full year. The next option that you have is music. We offer both band and orchestra. So your band class would include wind instruments such as clarinet, trumpet, etc. And then orchestra are the stringed instruments such as violin, viola, cello, things like that. No experience is necessary, but in the comments when you're registering for your elective, we would like to know if you have any experience. You don't have to, but it's great to know if there's 1 or 2 or 3 years of experience. That way our music teacher will know what level to put your child in. And then it's also helpful if you can let us know in the comments of your Google form that you're going to fill out for the elective choice if you own the instrument or if you'll be renting it. The next choice is speech and debate. This is something that we're very proud of. Our teacher that teaches this class is very good. She teaches language arts as well. And this is a class where your students will learn how to give speeches in front of an audience of different styles. And they will also have the opportunity to compete against other students across the county. And depending on how they do in that, maybe across other states as well. So depending on how motivated your student is and how much they enjoy doing this, there's definitely a lot of potential to get some great experience and earn some awards along the way. All right, I'll turn it over to Ms. Tristan for the next slide.
Mr. Rana, are you going to translate?
Next slide, please.
Oh, the next slide is the Spanish slide. Okay.
Ok, entonces ahorita voy a hablar un poco sobre las clases selectivas que puede escoger su hijo o hija de 6º grado aquí en la escuela MacArthur. Nada más para hacerles saber, esas clases son nada más para 6º grado, que van a entrar a 6º grados. Hay muchas otras clases que sus hijos a lo mejor están tomando ahorita, si ya tienen hijos aquí, o van a poder tomar después, pero ahorita estas son las únicas clases que se les ofrecen a los de 6º grado. La primera clase es la clase de AVER. En esta clase, la coordinadora es la señora Mansky y los estudiantes aprenderán habilidades para estar listos para la universidad y una carrera. Aprenden a tomar notas de Cornell, hacen tutoriales y también practican mucho el servicio comunitario. Para esta clase hay un proceso adicional. Los estudiantes tienen que llenar una aplicación y van a tener una entrevista con la señora Mansky. Entonces, es bueno que si su hijo o hija quiere tomar esta clase, a favor de revisar la aplicación con ellos para que les puedan ayudar y que los preparen también para esa entrevista que van a tomar. Tenemos también la clase de exploratorio. Estas son 2 clases. Es como un combo. Entonces, esta es una clase el primer semestre y la otra clase el segundo semestre. Las clases pueden incluir temas como arte, tecnología, habilidades de estudio. Este semestre pasado hicieron una clase de finanzas, de cómo poder hacer que tu dinero te rinda para pagar todo lo que tengas que pagar cuando tienes un hogar y todo eso. Entonces, ese es exploratorio. Esas son 2 clases, pero son una el primer semestre y otra el segundo semestre, y pueden ser que sean 2 diferentes maestros. Entonces también tenemos música. La lección está la banda, que son clarinetes, trompetas, etcétera, o orquesta, que viene el violín, viola, y etcétera. Para esta clase, cuando llena el formulario, usted nos puede decir si ya tiene experiencia, aunque la experiencia no es necesaria, pero si nos hace saber si su hijo ya tomó toca un instrumento por varios años, y nos hace saber en el formulario para que la maestra sepa en qué clase colocarlo. También si nos puede avisar también si a lo mejor ya su hijo ya tiene el instrumento, si lo va a rentar por fuera o si va a pedir uno prestado de la escuela. Entonces eso también lo puede notar si selecciona la clase de música. También en la última clase que tenemos es discurso y debate. Esta clase la da una maestra de inglés. Entonces, en esta clase los estudiantes aprenden a escribir y pronunciar discursos en una variedad de temas y estilos. Entonces, ellos aprenden a hablar en público, con una audiencia y también tienen la oportunidad de competir frente con otras escuelas en vivo. Entonces, esa es también si quiere que su hijo o hija sobresalga en poder hablar público y todo eso, eso sería una buena clase para ellos. Entonces, esas son las clases que su hijo o hija puede tomar cuando, para al entrar al sexto grado.
All right. So before we talk about the process, I just want to make it clear that your child will have one elective class. So we're going to ask them to give us 3 choices, but we are going to only give them one elective class. The other classes they will have are language arts, math, science, social studies, and PE. So that leaves them one elective class in their schedule that they're going to take for next year. And that class will be for the entire school year. Okay, so here is the process.
Antes de continuar, nada más quería decirles de que regularmente nada más se le va a dar una clase electiva, entonces nada más es una clase que pueden seleccionar ya de esa lista y también porque ellos van a tomar ciencia, matemáticas, ciencias sociales, educación física e inglés. Y a la sexta clase es la clase de electiva. Entonces todo eso va a ser por todo el año, así que nada más es una clase de electiva.
All right. So what will happen is right now, and it may already be in the chat, but we're going to go ahead and give you the link to the elective choice Google form. So it is a Google form. There's no paper form to fill out this year. So all you need to do is click on that form, and we will also email the link to you and your child after our presentation tonight. So just when you get a chance in the next day or so or this weekend, go ahead and click on the form. This is what the first page will look like over here on the right hand side. Your child will fill out their email address, first name, last name, ID number, and then once they select 5th grade, that's their current grade right now, the next page will pop up where it's going to list the 5 choices that Ms. Silva just talked about. You're also going to see on the next page of the Google form some videos, and our elective teachers have put together a few videos for you to watch so that you can choose which elective you would like to take for next year. So after you and your child discuss which elective would be a good choice for them, you're going to give us your first choice, or your child will give us their first choice, second choice, and third choice in order of preference right on the form. And then there's a part where parents need to fill out. And after you have filled out everything on the form, you will click submit before Tuesday or on Tuesday, March 23rd. So the form will be due March 23rd. And then what will happen is we will go ahead and enroll your child in one of those electives. So please make sure that they do choose wisely, and also please make sure that they are okay taking that elective for the entire school year, because we usually do not change electives once we start school in the fall. So please make sure that they're choosing one of the electives that they would not mind taking and that they would like to take for next year. Okay, Mr. Arana.
Ok, ahorita les voy a hablar un poco sobre el proceso de cómo su hijo o hija va a seleccionar su clase electiva. En el chat ya pusieron el enlace donde va a usted poder ir, y si no, también hoy por la tarde se le va a mandar por correo electrónico a los padres y a los estudiantes. Entonces, aquí se mira el formulario, es un Google Form. Entonces mira arriba, pueda poner su nombre, nombre de estudiante, apellido, correo electrónico. Y también es muy importante que seleccione el grado 5 porque ese es el grado que están actualmente. Y de ahí, cuando vaya a la próxima página, ahí le va a dar las opciones que usted puede seleccionar. Es muy importante que usted se siente con su hijo o hija para que mire los videos promocionales de las clases selectivas, para que sepan qué clase es la que la que van a estar tomando, y que esa sea la mejor opción para su hijo o hija porque no queremos que usted a lo mejor seleccione por ellos y después ellos no estén contentos con la clase que tomen y ya cuando empiece el año vengan con las consejeras y quieran cambiarlo y ya va a ser muy tarde porque ya después es muy difícil de cambiar sus clases porque tienen que mover varias clases para poder, estar en la clase que quieran. Entonces, mire los videos promocionales de las clases lectivas con sus estudiantes para aprender más sobre esas opciones. Los puede ver en el chat, en el enlace del formulario y también están en YouTube. Si usted se va a YouTube, ahí están todos los videos que usted puede ver. Son como de 1 o 2 minutos, unos de 3, para que usted sepa un poco más de cada clase que estamos ofreciendo. Después de hablar con su hijo o hija, ingrese la primera, segunda y tercera opción en orden de preferencia. Entonces, esto es muy importante. Usted ponga con su hijo y que su hijo seleccione qué clase va a ser la primera que quiere, la segunda y la tercera. Siempre tratamos de darle su primera opción, pero si por cualquier razón no se puede o ya está llena o no, a lo mejor no queda bien con su horario, se le puede dar, sea que se le dé la segunda opción. Entonces, queremos que haga esto antes del 23 de marzo o el 23 de marzo. Esa es la fecha límite para completar este formulario. Y cualquier pregunta o duda, no duden en comunicarse con nosotros o ponerla en el chat ahorita para poderle contestar.
And I forgot to say a couple of things. So one thing too, if you do choose AVID as your elective, that application is actually in our Google form as well. When you choose music like band or strings, there is a little application for that too. It just tells us how many years of the instrument you have played, or if you're brand new to band or strings. And then the last thing is, please make sure that you do complete the form by the 23rd, because if we don't get the form, then Ms. Silva and I have to choose your elective for you. And we want to make sure that you are happy with your elective next year and that you have picked that elective for yourself.
Entonces, si su hijo selecciona la clase de AVER, cuando usted selecciona la clase, ahí está la información, el paquete que usted tiene que hacer para la aplicación. Y también ahí usted va a ver que se ocupa una referencia de un maestro. Ahí usted tiene que poner el nombre del maestro y el correo electrónico del maestro que tiene actualmente su hijo o hija. Y a la señora Mansky, la coordinadora, ella se va a encargar de agarrar esa referencia. También para música, si usted selecciona música, hay una pequeña aplicación donde usted va a seleccionar los años que ha tocado, o si no tiene ningún año va a poner nueva experiencia, y también si tiene instrumento o si lo va a ocupar o lo va a rentar. Entonces, esas dos tienen una pequeña aplicación que usted tiene que llenar para el proceso, pero la clase de AVER es la que después tiene una entrevista también.
Right. Good evening, parents. We want to make sure you stay connected with us. So to do that, there are many ways. You can call our main MacArthur phone line right there, 714-568-7700. But you can also keep in touch with us through social media. So make sure you follow us. We are at MacArthur FB on Facebook and MacArthur FIS on everything else. We also have a Tiger helpline right there, 1-323-484 4377. Some of you have already been texting, and that's great. With your questions, that line is available for you to text at any time, and then we will get back to you as soon as we can with answers to any questions. Mr. Arana, our wonderful family and community engagement liaison, is also available to help you. His phone number is right there, 714-497-0553. So make sure you reach out if you need anything.
Queremos que ustedes ya empiecen a estar conectados con todos nosotros. Entonces, si usted tiene alguna pregunta general, puede llamar a la oficina al 714-568-7700. Si su hijo o hija o usted quiere hablar o mandar un mensaje de texto con alguna, la consejera o administrador, puede llamar o mandar un texto al 323-4-TIGERS, que es 844-377. Y si quiere comunicarse conmigo para cualquier recurso o si no sabe con quién comunicarse, lo puede hacer por llamada o texto al 714-497-0553. Y por supuesto, ya nos pueden empezar a seguir en Facebook, que es MacArthur FB, o en MacArthur FIS, en Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat y todas las redes sociales.
Okay, welcome parents. So we have our parent faculty organization and we need members and we would love for you to volunteer today. Please join our MacArthur team. We need you. You can be involved in our fundraisers, help with planning and support events, student store sales, MacArthur merchandise sales, and just other school events in general, and just more. So please join our team and complete the Google form today, which Mr. Gonzalez, I believe, will be sharing that information.
Aunque todavía no está con nosotros su hijo o hija, ya puede ser usted que nos vaya a empezar a conociendo. Nada más le queremos decir que necesitamos miembros del PFO. Puede ser voluntario hoy, aunque y puede ya acompañarnos a las reuniones, aunque usted no pueda votar, pero ya pueda ser parte de esto para que ya se vaya preparando para lo que viene por estos 3 años que siguen. Pero necesitamos más personas en el PFO para poder recaudar fondos para nuestros estudiantes y la escuela, planear y apoyar eventos, ventas de la tienda estudiantil, ventas de mercancía y más eventos escolares. Entonces, el señor González acaba de poner el enlace en el chat por si quiere ser parte de esto, ya empezar a reunirse con nosotros, lo puede hacer y esperamos contar con su presencia.
All right, and I think you touched base on it, Mr. Arana, but you know, as incoming 6th grade parents, you're technically not allowed to vote at PFO meetings, but doesn't mean that you can't attend and get involved early, and at least when next school year starts, you could kind of hit the ground running. So we really appreciate all the help we could get. You know, MacArthur is a very special place, and one of the reasons it is a special place is because of our parent involvement and the support that you offer your students has always made MacArthur a very pleasant place to be for both our students and staff. And so we want to keep that going. So please consider joining. You could either join the board or you could just be a member that participates in meetings and helps out at events. You kind of pick the level in which you want to participate. So please consider joining and being involved in the PFO. And that's all we have for you. If you have questions, you could go ahead and type them into the chat and we will answer them as they pop up. This recording will be posted on YouTube later on if you need to rewatch it and rewind and pause and take notes, as well as the chat transcripts, I believe, will also be in the recorded video. So you could go back and read some of the questions that some of the parents have posted in the chat. So for now, we will just continue to read the chat and answer questions both out loud and then also in writing in the chat. So that way you can hear the answer and read the answer.
Muchas gracias por acompañarnos. Esto es para nosotros, esto es lo único que teníamos para ustedes, pero si tienen preguntas lo pueden poner en el chat y nosotros con gusto le contestaremos, y si no lo pueden mandar por el mensaje de texto, o si a lo mejor le tiene una pregunta después, ya se acuerda después, ya que hayamos terminado, se puede comunicar con nosotros en cualquier número que le dimos en la pantalla anterior.
And just while we're waiting for questions, if there are any, just to kind of recap, the elective form is open now. You can start selecting electives with your child. You're going to pick your top 3 and you're going to rank them first choice, second choice, and third choice. You have until March 23rd to submit your electives. Your student will only get 1 out of the 3. We're going to try our best to give every student their first elective choice. Doesn't always work out that way. So if in the event that a first choice is not available, we move on to the second. And we really need those submitted by March 23rd so we could start scheduling students and working out all the details of a schedule. So please make sure to do that on or before March 23rd. I see a question from Zulma. For PFO, how often and what time do you meet? So, you know, technically I don't run the PFO. It's a parent and staff run organization. I just get to occasionally attend meetings and beg for money, really is what it comes down to. The meetings typically are once a month. I know that we're going to try to schedule one coming up in either late March or early April, working out the details. So as soon as we get that date locked in, we will send out email to everybody. But one way to make sure that you are included in the communications is by filling out that Google form. And that becomes our kind of email distribution list, because we don't want to bombard people with messages if they're not interested in joining the PFO. So we're going to kind of try to target just those who have shown interest. So please fill out that Google form I'll post it in the chat one more time. And if you're on that list, you will continue to receive communication regarding the PFO.
We're also going to have a brief discussion on our MacArthur Cafe next 25th, right?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, March 25th, which is a week from today. Our PFO will be present at the meeting, and they will kind of share their information and how to get involved. I see a question from Anna Vasquez. When do we need to pick up the school packages? I believe you're referring to like a registration packet. If you've had a kid attend MacArthur in the past or any other school in Santa Ana, this year, that's all going to be done online for the most part. There might be 1 or 2 documents that you need to drop off at the school, but most of that's going to be done online. It's called data confirmation. And it's going to be through Aries, and you log in, you complete some forms online and update your information, hit submit, and you're all done. You know, well, obviously because of COVID, we're trying to limit the traffic here at school. We don't want to have large gatherings or crowds lining up outside, and this just happens to be more convenient for everybody as well. So it's kind of a win-win situation. We keep you safe, and no need to have you, inconvenience you and drive out to the school to pick up a packet of papers. So if you don't know about data confirmation, you could always call the front office and we'll get you connected with somebody who can help you.
Nada más porque hay varias preguntas sobre esto, es sobre registración para el año entrante. La registración este año va a ser por medio de Aries, entonces usted se tiene que asegurarse de meterse a su cuenta de Aries y arriba hay una cajita donde dice confirmar datos de su estudiante. Le va a seleccionar ahí y luego va a seguir como 6 pasos que le dan y ya de ahí termina el proceso. No tiene que imprimir nada ni traer nada a la escuela a menos que su estudiante tenga una condición médica o si tiene que tomar medicamentos en la escuela, favor de traer ese documento del doctor.
I see a question regarding what if they are not interested in any other electives and just only one? So we get that a lot, and I know some kids at an early age are passionate about one thing and one thing only, or they have their mindset. And that's awesome. We will try our best to give them the first selection, but we need them to fill out their top 3 choices. There are occasions where we can't give them their first elective choice because of availability. There's not enough seats in the room, physical seats in the room, and we have to move on to their second choice. And so that's where we want to know if they can't get their first, what's their second, and worst case scenario, what's their third. So please pick the top 3. We'll try our best to give you the top one or the first option, but it's not always possible.
Dice, la pregunta era que si su hijo o hija nada más quiere una clase electiva o nada más está interesado en una. Hemos tenido eso, pero siempre favor de llenarlo y poner el primero, segundo y tercer lugar, porque por alguna razón, si por cualquier razón no se le puede dar el primer lugar, tenemos que darle el segundo lugar y es mejor que sepamos qué es lo que a lo mejor le gusta, que nada más darle algo que haya disponible.
We answered Oscar's question, but I'll say it out loud so that way if there's others who have the same question, they can hear the answer. Oscar asked, who do we contact if we need help with Aries? That would be the front office. If you call between 7:30 and 4, Monday through Friday, if you call 714-568-7700, one of our office staff members, our Mr. Arana, will help you get through the Aries data confirmation process. You can come into, if you're not very tech savvy and you need kind of one-on-one assistance, we can help you out in person. Obviously we want to avoid large crowds at the office, but that is an option. It's best to call and kind of schedule a time when you could come in, and we will help you get everything squared away on Aries.
And most parents already have Aries, and I sent out a parent score with the link. Only that, since in elementary school you don't use Aries, you most likely you just have to say that forgot password, and then you're going to get an email to your email, and then you're going to just follow the steps there. But mostly, when they register you on Aries, when you register a student, they automatically add Aries to your account. So, but it's in middle school when you start using it. So if you just do forgot password, you can go ahead and follow the steps, and then you should be able to complete all the data confirmation. But if you do need additional support, you could always come to the office or call myself, and then we can guide you through the phone as well.
And we have a link to the Aries parent portal on our school website. So if you go to MacArthur school website, up at the top, you'll see tabs. One of them says parents. You could go ahead and click on that, and you will see a link to the Aries parent portal. And then you'll see those options that Mr. Arana just mentioned, the reset password. Uh-oh, Mr. Bike's light went off. He is waving his hands around. Yeah.
You do not need an app. The app does not work, so you have to do it on the web. So you have to use the Aries. If you just go on Google, or if you go on the MacArthur website under resources, there's a Aries parent portal. If you just go on Google, then you type in SAUSD Aries parent portal, and it's going to be the first one that comes up. And from there, you just follow the steps.
Veronica has a great question. If my child chooses exploratory, can they choose what class under that category? Not necessarily. So usually we kind of have to see what teachers are available to teach exploratory, and then we kind of put together a little rotation of classes that they could go into. I mean, typically it is like some mixture of technology, social emotional, or I guess kind of study skills. We've also kind of done public speaking, and so they'll get a good mixture of different options, so that way they could see what they're passionate about, and then hopefully when they get to 7th and 8th grade, they could pick the elective that they're going to stick with for the rest of middle school.
Hay varias preguntas que dicen cómo anotarlo para la clase electiva. En el chat ya pusieron el formulario que su hijo tiene que llenar para la clase electiva. Así que si va al formulario, ahí le dice que tiene que llenar, y va a seleccionar la primera opción, segunda opción y tercera opción. Y también ahí puede ver los videos de cada clase y qué es lo que ofrece cada clase.
All right. We got the first question. When do we think we're going back to school? So I wish I had that answer for everyone. We don't know. I know that, there's a lot of people at the district office working things out, trying to figure out what's safe, to do, and how soon we could do it. I will guarantee you, once schools are reopened, we will be dancing in the streets. And so, we look forward to that day. Unfortunately, I don't know when that day is. And so I promise you that as soon as we find out, we will notify everybody through Parent Square, through YouTube, through Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, what's the other one? MySpace, whatever.
Nos llegó la primera pregunta de que preguntaban cuándo cree que vamos a regresar a la escuela en persona, y hasta ahorita no se sabe cuándo vamos a regresar. Eso lo está decidiendo el gabinete con el superintendente, pero en cuanto nos hagan saber cuándo vamos a regresar, le vamos a hacer saber a ustedes de todas formas que podemos, y el señor González va a salir afuera y va a estar bailando en la calle de contento porque van a regresar todos los estudiantes.
That joke sounds so much funnier in Spanish for some reason. All right, that's it. We're going to go ahead and end there. I see, I don't see a whole lot of new questions. You could always text that phone number that's listed on the previous slide. I'll put it back up. You could rewatch the video if you need to. You could always call the front office. You could email us. We're all reachable through email, through the front office, and we're more than happy to answer your questions. We know this is an exciting time for you and your child as they enter intermediate school, and so we want to support you as best as we can. So thank you for coming. We appreciate your time. Hope you got the information you needed, and feel free to reach out to any of us.